Cape Town, I mean, it's a place that just vibrates, right?
Yeah.
Stunning landscapes, this amazing energy. But like many cities, there's a darker side, too. We're diving into that tonight. Specifically, the extortion problem that's been plaguing businesses there.
Yeah, and not just any businesses, right? Restaurants, clubs, those places that make Cape Town's nightlife so famous.
Exactly. We're going to look at how this extortion thing is hitting them financially, what it's doing to the city's vibe, even what it means for the economy as a whole.
It's big picture stuff. And to illustrate just how serious it is, well, we've got a story. The Beer House, a total institution in Cape Town. They were forced to shut down because of this. Tough choices, man.
The Beer House. I've heard of them, yeah. So before we get into that story, though, let's break it down. How does this whole extortion scheme even work?
Okay, so picture this. You're running a business, trying to make a living. Suddenly, these criminal organizations, basically gangs, they show up. They demand money, regular payments like every month. You pay, you get their so-called protection.
Hold on. So it's like a straight-up protection racket in this day and age.
Yep, pretty much. It's happening all over Cape Town, Long Street especially. It's a nightmare.
Okay, but what if someone just says no? I mean, I get it, it's scary, but do they really just knuckle under?
Well, let's just say there are consequences. Threats, damage to your property. And sometimes, it gets even worse, actual violence.
So it's like pay up or potentially lose everything.
More or less. If you pay, you're hemorrhaging profits. You might even go under anyway. But if you refuse, you're putting yourself, your staff, your customers, everyone in danger.
And that brings us back to the Beer House. They refused to play the game, and look what happened.
Yeah, they became a target. And they're not alone, unfortunately. There's research out there suggesting that this extortion thing is costing Cape Town's tourism industry like 200 million rand a year.
200 million rand,
Yeah.
that's insane. So we're not just talking about a few struggling businesses. This is impacting the whole city, the whole economy.
100%. It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
Businesses are raising prices, cutting staff, shutting down. Suppliers, taxis, everyone gets hit.
And I bet the emotional side of this is huge too, right? The fear, the stress.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine you're trying to run a restaurant, but you're constantly looking over your shoulder, can't sleep at night, your staff are quitting. It's a recipe for disaster.
This whole vibrant energy of Cape Town, it must take a hit, yeah.
Definitely. And you know what? Small businesses, they get hit the hardest. They don't have the same resources for security as those big chains, you know? They're easy targets.
So what's being done about it? What are the police doing?
Well, they are trying. But there are a lot of challenges. For one, the police force that's supposed to be dealing with these gangs, they're understaffed by like 30%. And then there's the corruption angle.
Corruption? Wait, what?
You hear stories about officers accepting bribes to look the other way. Plus, there's always the fear of retaliation from these gangs. People are too scared to speak up, even as witnesses.
So it's underfunding, corruption, fear. No wonder it's such a mess. Are there any solutions being tried, at least? Anything that might actually work?
There are a few things. They're trying to expand CCTV networks, you know, more cameras everywhere. That could help deter crime and get evidence.
Cameras are good, but they can only do so much, right?
True. That's why they're also talking about specialized task forces, like teams specifically trained and equipped to handle these extortion cases separate from the regular police.
Makes sense. Keep them away from the corruption, give them the resources they need.
Yeah.
But that takes money, right? Political will.
Exactly. And even then, you still have to deal with the intimidation factor. It's a tough one.
But it's not just about the authorities, is it? What about the communities themselves? What can they do?
Well, that's actually where some really interesting stuff is happening. There are these whistleblower hotlines popping up, community-run things. People can report extortion attempts anonymously.
So if you're too scared to go to the police directly, you can use this hotline.
Exactly. It gets the information out there, maybe leads to a quicker response. Plus, it breaks down that wall of silence, you know, it empowers people.
That's actually pretty smart, like fighting back from within the community itself.
It's about everyone working together. You need the police to be effective, yes, but you also need communities to stand up, support their businesses, say enough is enough.
This has been a really eye-opening conversation. Organized crime, man.
Yeah.
It's like this hidden cancer eating away at everything.
And it's not just about the direct victims. Everyone loses. So the big question is, what can DBE do about it? What role can each of us play?
It's easy to feel helpless, you know, but you're saying we can make a difference.
Look, it's serious, no doubt. But it's not hopeless. We can raise awareness, support those businesses that are fighting back. We can demand better from the police, from the government.
Cape Town is an incredible city. It'd be a tragedy to see it lose its soul to this.
Right. So let's not let that happen. This fight, it's for the soul of Cape Town. And if we stand together, we can win it.
Powerful stuff. This deep dive has really made me think. To our listeners out there, what are your thoughts? How can you help? How can you be part of the solution? It's a question worth asking yourself. And hey, if this episode resonated with you, share it around. Let's get people talking about this. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.